Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are Group 9 from KBE2. We are going to present about understanding social influence, a theoretical and empirical review. Introduction. Social influence. What is social influence? Social influence is a powerful and dynamic force that shapes human behavior and communication across various contexts, broadly defined as the process by which individuals adjust their thoughts, emotions, or actions in response to explicit or implicit social cues. These adjustments can occur in a wide variety of settings, from informal peer interaction to large-scale institutional or media-driven communications. The impact of social influence is clear in how individuals make decisions, align their beliefs with others, or change their behaviors to gain approval or avoid rejection. As such, understanding social influence is central not only to psychology but also to communication studies, particularly in how messages are constructed, interpreted, and internalized in both personal and collective settings. In the context of psychological communication, social influence mechanisms are deeply intertwined with cognitive and emotional process. From interpersonal relationships and group dynamics to workplace hierarchies and cultural norms, this mechanism underpin everyday social interaction. The rise of digital technologies and social media platforms has further complicated the landscape, which is blurring boundaries between public and private communication and intensifying peer influence through algorithm-driven exposure. This digital shift underscores the needs to re-evaluate traditional models of social influence in the context of online communication, where individuals must navigate increasingly complex social pressures. This essay aims to explore the phenomenon of social influence through both theoretical and empirical perspectives. It will draw on foundational psychological theories such as Deutsch and Garrett's theory of formative and informational social influence, and Milgram's agency theory of obedience. The discussion will analyze how various forms of influence, namely compliance, identification, and internalization, are manifest in real-world communication. By integrating classical theories with contemporary research and practical examples, this essay seeks to offer a comprehensive understanding of social influence as a complex, context-dependent, and vital aspect of human communication. It will also critically reflect on ethical responsibilities associated with influence, particularly when used manipulatively in digital and organizational settings.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul SABUDIN. My matrix numbers is 123336. Among the relevant psychological theories or models is Deutsch and Gerard normative and informational social influence theory. This theory explains why people often follow others. It highlights two means of influence. Firstly, normative influence. What is normative influence? When people conform because they want to be liked or avoid rejection. For example, agreeing with the group even if you secretly disagree. Secondly, informational influence. When people believe others know better and follow their lead. So, social behavior is shaped not just by personal belief but also by relationships and the situation. Even today, this theory helps us understand peer pressure, social media influence, groupthink, and changing public opinion. For students, teachers, and policymakers, it's useful to know how group pressure can shape attitudes and actions.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Awathif binti KAMARUDDIN. Today I will explain about Milgram's agency theory and how it helps us understand obedience to authority. This theory was developed by Stanley Milgram after he conducted a famous experiment. when he wanted to find out why ordinary people could carry out harmful actions just because someone in authority told them to. According to Milgram, people switch between two mental states. The first is the autonomous state, where a person acts based on their own values and accept full responsibility for their actions. The second is the agentic state, where a person sees themselves as just following orders. In this state, they no longer feel personality responsible. The responsibility is shifted to the authority figure. Milgram experiment proved this idea. Participants were asked to give electric shocks to another person when they answered questions incorrectly. Even when they feel uncomfortable or distressed, many still continue to give shocks simply because someone in a lab coat told them to. This shows how powerful authority can be. People in the agentic state obeyed because they felt they had no choice. But interestingly, when participants were reminded that they were personally responsible, many refused to continue. This is what Milgram called moral steering, the internal conflict between following orders and doing what's right. Milgram also said that obedience is something we learn as children from parents, teachers, and society. It helps maintain social order, but it can also make people follow dangerous commands without thinking.
Alright, now we want to talk about organizational context. This is point about explain employee compliance, behavior, and development. Influence of authority figures and peer groups. Also, compliance driven by rewards or punishment, not internal belief. This is point meaning about social influence theory has been widely applied across the various fields to understand how individuals parts adopt, resist, or adjust their behaviors, beliefs, and attitudes based on social pressure. Alright, in the organizational social influence theory has been used to study employee compliance, the influence of authority figures and the role of group membership, especially among those with similar or different demographic which can shape negative behavior norms. Number two, marketing and informational system. This is about apply in digital influence, user behaviors, and technology adoption. Also, integrated with elaboration likelihood model (ELM). This is meaning like focus system design, message framing, peer communication, and brand alignment. In marketing and information system, social influence theory has gained growing relevance, particularly in the context of digital influence. Also, in the Kalman frameworks has been integrated with the elaboration likelihood model to explore how system design, technological quality, and message framing influence users. Identification with a product or platform. Yes, that's all from me about the real words application of influence theory.
This slide presents a critical analysis of social influence based on three key points. First, Deutsch and Jared 1955 introduced two types of influence. Normative influence, where individuals conform to be accepted, and informational influence, where they follow others in uncertain situations. Both highlight how emotional and cognitive responses affect communication. Second, Milgram agency theory explain how people shift from being autonomous to agentic obeying authority without feeling responsible. This helps explain certain online behaviors today, especially when moral responsibility is reduced. Third, social influence theory (SIT) is widely applied in workplaces, marketing, and health communication. However, ethical concerns arise, especially with micro-targeting and behavioral nudging, which can manipulate behavior without awareness. This reflects reflection emphasizes the importance of using influence responsibly in communication practice.
In conclusion, empathy as the foundation of ethical communication. Empathy enables an individual to understand other feelings, perspectives, and needs. It fosters honest, respectful, and communication and help build healthy relationships. Second, role in handling social influence. Due to Garrett theory, people often convert either normatively to be accepted or informationally, believing others know better. Milgram theory, without empathy, individuals easily obey authority without moral responsibility. Third, empathy prevents manipulation and abuse of power. It helps individuals evaluate situations ethically, encourage self-awareness before yielding to social and authoritative pressure. Fourth, relevance in the digital era. Today, communication is faster, less personal, and shaped by algorithms and social media. Empathy is crucial, not to avoid spreading harmful content and to promote more human online interaction. And then lastly, group recommendation. Communication education should emphasize empathy as a core value. Communicator must be emotionally and socially sensitive to the message they deliver. With empathy, communication becomes a tool of empowerment, not coercion.